Hey girl, hey, it's Britney Schanel back with another Get Ready With Me. Ow. So today we're getting ready to go into the office, yes, with this bright ass makeup. If you want to see how I created this full face of Juvia's place, keep on watching, sis.
Baby, I want this. I want this to last forever.
Yo, y'all, I have to go into the office today for the first time in like 6 months and I'm not excited. Like, why? Anyway, let's hurry up and get into it. Today it's going to be a full face of Juvia's Place makeup. Just because it's something I hadn't done before. It's Black History Month. I said, why not? I just bought a few more of their products that I wanted to try. And yeah, let's get into it. I'm going to go ahead and do my brows off camera real quick. Then I'll be back. Okay, so I went ahead and put on my eyebrows. I prepped my face. First thing first, we're going to go into the Juvia's Place Prep and Prime in the shade 2. If you didn't know about this, then you're missing out. Juvia's Place released this, I'm going to say, about a year ago. Maybe not quite a year, y'all. So I'm just going to dab it like that, and then we're going to blend it in. And this is shade 2. Yeah, I put way too much. So I'm going to let it sit down for a little bit, and then I'll be back. Because it's way too much. I put way too, that's my fault, not Juvia's Place fault. I put way too much. While I sit here, though, what should we talk about this video? Y'all, I have been stressed. Life has been stressing me out. Y'all know I went back to school, and I don't know what made me think that I was equipped, that I could just go back to school after 8 years and like do it. I am struggling. Time management is a definite issue for me right now. Time management is an issue on top of having a full-time job, on top of having 3 kids, on top of my wifely duties, Lord. And then it has just been a lot. And then dealing with AJ and all of his therapies. If you guys ever know, AJ was recently diagnosed with autism. So that's another thing that I'm trying to navigate. It's just been so much going on. Like, I can't. Okay, so I let that sit down for a little bit just because I put so much. And I don't know about you, but to me, Juvia's Place definitely screams color. So we're definitely going to be doing colors today. I do have quite a few of their palettes. I love them. The only ones I don't have are like the quads, or the one with 6 in them. I just don't buy palettes that small unless your name is Pat McGrath. Because I feel like they're kind of a waste of money. I'm just going to show you guys a few. So my favorite Juvia's Place palette of all time so far is the Magic, which is this one here. I just love it. It's definitely my favorite and most used. First of all, how bomb are these? It's just my favorite and most used. A second one that I use quite a bit, this is the Sahara by Juvia's Place. Y'all, this is not sponsored. They did not send me anything. This is Afrique. Yo, it's just like color. It screams color. It's giving color. The Sahara too is not one of my favorites. It's just not. I just feel like you can't do that many cool looks with it. The Warrior is one I use all the time. This black in here is like, seriously, if I could open, unmatched. The one thing I will say about this black and this black and this gray are like 2 of my most used shades, period. I do wish that they put a mirror in there, but that would of course increase the price point of it. And they try to be affordable. The Nomad, yo, I love this one too. Y'all know green's my favorite color, so we're always here for a green look. And yes, the Zulu, another one I don't really get much use out of, even though I like color. I don't really do rainbow-esque looks, so. The Warrior, come on, if you're going for a neutral look, how could you not? This is one of like this may have been their first one that they released. Yeah. The Warrior 2 is going to be another bright rainbow type palette. Why do I have them like this? Even though I just showed y'all one that was eerily similar, is because I'm obsessed. Okay, so go get you some. The Nubian 2, also one of my least favorites. Only because there's nothing really fun. These are all like more neutral type shades. The Wahala, the original one. This one got a lot of use when it first came out. You guys can see this is the outside. This is the inside. Yeah, those pressed glitters had me in a chokehold, honey. Love this one. The Wahala 2, which I'm leaning towards using this one today. Also very nice. Also has some pressed glitter. It's like very color. And I think I'm going to go for a blue purple-esque look. So we'll see. And then the last one that I own, besides, I do have one small one, like the little pink metallic, is the Masquerade. And they stopped making them this big. I wonder why. Yeah, I still have the thing in there. But this is what this one looks like. This one is also pretty cool. So yeah. Again, the Magic Mini is like my all-time fave. I just love the colors in there. I feel like they have like pretty unique shades in there. I love it. But I'm either going to use the Wahala 2 or Masquerade today. I'm going to go do one eye and then come back. Okay, so here's the eye look that I kind of decided to come up with, y'all. I know I could have taken the glitter higher, but I'm not going for a cut crease type of look. I promise it's gonna make sense in the end. And I ended up using 3 palettes for this. So yeah, first thing first, I'm gonna go into the Wahala 2 palette and take the color Dream, which is this blue right here, and she is a dream. I ended up using 3 palettes because this blue wasn't quite as deep as I wanted it to be. So I'm just going to go ahead and press it in all the way across the lid and bringing it out a little bit. I do wish that these had mirrors. I know it would make the price point higher at Juvia's place, but I really think I would pay the money for it. Me personally, I would. So, and I'm taking my Morphe M506 to do this. Just a small blending brush. Yeah, I really think that if I would pay it, people pay. Come on, Juvia's place. Come on and give us what we need, okay? So that's what we did. Next, I'm going to take my Morphe M456, which is a bit of a fluffier brush. And I'm going to go into the shade Makita in the Masquerade 2 palette. This one right here. It's a bit of a shimmer, but I found that it worked. I couldn't find, in all of these palettes, I couldn't find like just a flat purple matte. So this is what I had to work with. And I'm not going to blend these yet. I'm just putting the colors where I want them. And I will go back and blend them later once I have them completely stamped in. But y'all, yeah, I was telling y'all, I have been struggling with this diagnosis for AJ. Like, I am struggling. I spent like a whole month, really. I feel like the month of January, all I did was lay in bed and cry. I'm not kidding. I'm really not. It was a bad situation. I just felt like kind of a sense of grief, even though my son is not, you know, he's alive and well, obviously, but a grief for like the hopes and dreams that I had for him and having to adjust my wants for him and just place his needs first. It's like, it was really hard for me to accept and come to grips with it. Next, I'm going to go into this Too Much Pink in the Wahala 2 palette again. This Too Much right here. And stamp that on top, keeping it close. Yeah, it was just a hard thing for me to accept. And then you don't want to do the wrong thing. Like, my husband and I are debating on whether or not we should tell Lola, because she harbors a lot of resentment towards him because she feels like basically he gets away with murder. In a sense that he does. He does, but she doesn't know why he does it. Like, why he gets away with it. Why it's acceptable for him but would never be acceptable for her. And so that's becoming like an everyday issue. Like, every day, like, she don't want to play with him, she don't want to spend time, like, she has all these feelings. And I was telling my husband, he does not want to tell her. I think that we absolutely should tell her. He doesn't want to because he doesn't want people to treat AJ different. But I'm like, but you are expecting him to treat different. You're expecting her to understand that when he doesn't act neurotypical, she needs to basically give him whatever he wants, or understand that he's not going to get in trouble, he's not going to get this, whatever. The consequences are going to be different. Whatever the situation is, he's expecting her to accept it at 6-year-old without explaining it to her. And I'm like, so you do want people to treat him differently, but you're not willing to talk about it. And she's his sister. She's going to have to deal with him for the rest of their lives. And so I think it's completely unfair, but he's both of our kids. So I have to kind of, going back into the purple now, I kind of have to work it out with my husband, because I just think that it's unrealistic for him to expect her to accept that he is different. He gets different treatment, going back into the pink now, but she can't know why. She can't know why he can fly off the handle and hit and scream and kick, stuff that she would be annihilated for. Like, I just think it's unfair. And especially since she's already starting to resent him, I think it's imperative that we have a conversation. But my husband is like really, really scared about people treating him different, which of course I have that fear too. But I feel like she loves him. That's his sister. They're going to have a relationship. We have to foster that and build that and try to find a way for it to make it make sense for everyone. Going back into the blue now. And so, but I don't have the answers. I'm new to this just like him. We don't have the answers. And so we are on different sides of it completely. Same thing with like therapies. My husband is very like adamant about wanting AJ to have ABA therapy, which is like an intense form of like applied behavior analysis that some autistic children need, some don't. There's been very mixed reviews. Some people love it, some don't. a lot of autistic adults have since come out and said, you know, they still have trauma from when their parents put them through their therapy 10 years ago. But I don't know. I have mixed feelings. I said, okay, I'll allow him to get the therapy as long as it's in the home. I don't want them to go to his school, or I don't want him going to a center, because with all the mixed reviews, I need to be able to look right there and see what the hell's going on with my child, you know? Well, maybe you don't know, but that's my feelings on it. And my husband's like, that won't work. He needs to be in the real world. He needs to be at his school. And I'm like, no. So we're just having a lot of conflict because, you know, it's both of our kids. We both love our kid. We both want what's best, but then having to really figure out what's best and not having the answers, and then not having anyone to guide. Sure, there are people who are like advocates and will help, but not really knowing anyone. Well, that's not true. I know some people with children with autism, but not having firsthand experience. That's the word. Like, not ever having dealt with it ourselves. We are over here on the struggle bus just trying to figure it out. But yeah, the point was that I struggled with that for like a month. The sense of grief, the sense of loss of like, okay, oh my God, this is my baby. I wanted him to do X, Y, Z. Maybe he can't do X, Y, Z. I wanted him to grow up and, you know, all the typical things that you want your children to have, and having to adjust my expectations or really get rid of them, having no expectations to what he's going to be. Just trying to do whatever I can to support him, to make him the best that he can be. Y'all, it's been a struggle. Next I'm going to go into this black Shawata. Y'all know Juvia plays with the names, honey. This black that I was telling y'all about in the Warrior 2 palette right here to deepen this up a little bit. Yeah, so that's been a lot. And then the whole school thing. And I'm going to, like I did with the others, I'm going to stamp this in first. It's been a struggle. We've been on the struggle bus a lot. I don't know why I decided to do this very different type of look for me with just a pop of blue, but I just felt like it's what I wanted to give the girls, so that's what I'm giving the girls today. And then I'm gonna start to do little circles, but I want to keep it very much right here. Like, I don't want to take it nowhere else. Very much just right here, okay? Then going back into that blue from the Wahala 2 palette to blend it out. I'm not even gonna blend it out with the black. I'm gonna blend it out with the blue. Yeah. And then just regular life stuff too just keeps happening. You know, life with all these things, me going back to school, AJ's diagnosis, I still have 2 other kids, life keeps happening. You know, it's never stopping for me or for you. If you thought life was going to stop for you, boo, you are mistaken. So it's been a lot. I've been on the struggle bus, y'all. I've been on the struggle bus. And y'all know, well, I don't know if I ever told you, but my husband lost his brother. That was a whole other thing, new thing that we needed to navigate and get through, just dealing with grief. Me having to accept the way that my husband processes grief, because that was a huge thing. We process grief completely different, which of course we're different people, so that's normal. But something else, just a lot of acceptance, just having to accept differences. And pressing forward when things are hard. That's been a lot of 2021 and 2022 for me. Just pressing forward when things are hard and you don't really want to. Yeah, I'm probably gonna blend some more because, you know, you can never blend enough. You can never blend enough. I could blend for hours literally, but I don't have a lot of time because, yeah, I'm trying to get this video up today, February 5th. Okay, I went ahead and mapped out the shade of where I want to put the pressed glitter. Is it in this one? Okay, and we're going with the pressed glitter goals from the Wahala 2 palette. I like to get my brush a little wet just to make it stick. And right here, you can also use glitter glue. I don't like glitter glue unless I'm using like loose glitter because that shit gets everywhere. So you will rarely see me use it. I know a lot of people use it even on pressed glitter to make sure it stays all day. But the cleanup is not worth it to me. Because the cleanup be real. Like serious. The serious cleanup that involves is like beyond my skills and capabilities. And I'm just patting it on top of where... Why am I singing? I don't know. Patting it on top of where I wanted. This is kind of giving like small little cut crease. It's alright, pimpin'. But y'all catch the vibes. Next, I'm going to go back in with that black from the Wahala 2 palette. Just a little bit, like barely dabbing it in there. And I'm gonna go along the edges of this just to make it like, who texted me? Oh, that's an email notification. That's not a text. Just to make it like pop a little bit more. And look at my glitter getting everywhere. Y'all gonna get the real on this channel. Then I'm gonna go back in with that blue Dream to blend it out a little bit, just a little bit. Cause we still want it to be blended. Okay, now I gotta pull those blue shimmers down a little bit. I didn't want them up so high. Okay, so we have 3 options for foundations. I have Nairobi, Punta Cana, Casablanca. And if I remember correctly, Punta Cana was too orange, Nairobi's too dark, and Casablanca, I don't know. I just didn't think any of these were like a perfect match for me. So this one is Casablanca. This one is, let me not do that one. This one is Punta Cana. Which I think this is the one that works out the best, even though it's not perfect. That's Punta Cana. Punta Cana. Ooh, don't I sound uncultured? And this is Nairobi. And I think Punta Cana was definitely the best match, except it comes across like a little orange or like olivey. Olivey, that was what it is. It's olivey. Like it comes across like olive on my face. But anyway, nevertheless, that's what we're gonna go with. We're gonna go with the shade Punta Cana. And when I tell you this is the most full coverage foundation, and I'm only gonna spray this much, and I'm gonna use that much for my whole face because it's super, super duper full coverage. Like, I don't know. I can't remember. I haven't worn this foundation in a while. It's something about the color though. I think once it settles, it's something about the color that doesn't translate well on my skin. But I never found a better match because I have another one that's too dark too, but I clearly bought 4. Like I said, Juvia's Place does not send me anything I have I bought, but it's something about this color. I don't remember what it was, but we about to find out. We're about to remember together. That was just not quite right when it set into my skin, and we'll have to fix it. I don't know what it is. I can't remember. It's something about it though. We about to see. Like right now, it's looking pretty okay to me in camera, and even in I don't know, y'all. I don't got the answer. And yeah, we're just blending this in. Okay, next up, I also have 3 of the Juvia's Place concealers. I have 15, 16, and 18. And because we're having some color issues with the foundation, I think I'm gonna go with 15, which is the darkest. I mean, they're all just a shade apart. They're basically the same, but I'm gonna go with 15, which is this one right here. Opposite. So like the lighter colors will be the lower number, and I love that they just made it different to pay homage to the deeper skin complexions. Like, so the deepest color will be like 100, or you know, and it goes the opposite way. I really truly appreciate that. One thing about this concealer though, you do have to let it dry down for sure. Like, you need sis to dry down, or else she's gonna do a lot. Okay, now that she's dried down, let's go ahead and blend her out. And I'm gonna keep it pretty much concentrated in this area. This is a very full coverage concealer as well. Yes. Juvia Place is not playing with the girls. And I'm gonna use the butt of the blender to blend it into my foundation a little bit before we do any type of bronzer or contour or anything. Okay, now I will say, y'all, now that we're about to move on to bronzer, I play too much. I ordered the deep, I thought my skin was deep. I ordered the deep bronzing palette because y'all know I fancy myself a chocolate person. Like, I am chocolate in my mind. So I ordered it in deep thinking, of course it's gonna match me. I'm a deep chick. And shout out to Juvia's Place because they do give you a range of complexion, but your girl is not looking this deep, which this is the bronzing palette that I got, y'all. I didn't have one of theirs, and I definitely wanted one for the video. Of course, we're gonna go in with a lighter shade. I like to bronze before I set, so that's what we're doing. And pray for your girl. Pray for me. Oh, I'm nervous. Okay, no, this is good. This is good. This is good. This is good. Actually, I could probably use a bit of the deep. I am deep. Next up, I also have never tried the Juvia's Place Loose setting powder, which we're going to try today in White Sand. Yeah, and we're going to, and I've never used this before. I don't know if it's going to give me flashback or what. If you've used it, comment down below your experience. While we're here, while we're powdering our face, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all, I don't do no baking, okay? I don't do no baking. I don't like no dry looking skin, honey. I don't do no baking. Look at this glitter. Look at this glitter trying to be the devil in my life. And I'm going to go over my brows a little bit just because I get a little oily. Okay, next, we're going to still go into this lighter shade and we're going to contour our nose a little bit. I didn't use a cream contour because, one, they didn't have anything specific for contouring. They have those stick foundations, which you could definitely use for contouring. But yeah, I don't like how creamy they are. I have one too. They're a little too creamy for me. If that is possibly a thing. If people consider it possible that cream products be too creamy, I definitely do. But yeah, they're just a little too creamy for me. Yeah. Let me just stick with this one and just put more. I'm just gonna put more. Because I do feel like I'm missing some color in my face. So I do have both of their blushes, both the Serafina and the Bella. Y'all, this is the one I use the most, the Serafina. It has like a coral type of vibe. And this is the Bella, which is also a coral type of vibe, but I would say more pinky. And today, we're going to go with Bella because this one is ruined to kaput and y'all need to buy me a new one. Yes, you sis, you buy me a new one. And, oh, it would be dope if they came out with like a blush with like a little bit of a purple undertone. I know a lot of people are doing that right now, but I personally love it. Like, how bomb would that have been with this look that we're creating, sis? We're gonna use too much, the pink. I just feel like, why not? Why not? Why not stamp her on the bottoms? Let's stamp sis on the bottom. Not going all the way to the front, but like to like midway to give the girls what they want. What they came for, y'all. We're stamping. She mine. I'm stamping her. Okay, Wokeisha. Y'all didn't know I was Wokeisha, huh? I'm still here looking at Keisha like, do you love me? Do you love me not? Then we hit the spot. Taste like candy. Sweet like fruit. Wet like water. Can I love on you? Okay. Okay. I'm back. So, I also have both of the Juvia's Place highlighters. I want to be frank and say I use Nefertiti almost every day, which is this one. And this is, I don't even know the name of it. This is the Heroine. So this is the one I don't use every day. Can y'all see that? I don't want to spill it everywhere. It is a loose highlighter. So that is Nefertiti. No, I'm sorry. This is Heroine. I use Nefertiti every day. And I feel like they're eerily similar. It's just that, to me, Nefertiti is a bit more blinding. Like, look at it. It has a lot more gold reflex in it. This is the one I use basically every day. It's like my everyday highlighter. So, to be different. Ooh, do y'all see that coming up? Ooh. To be different. It's everywhere. It's good. We're going to go ahead and go with the, sorry, I got to get this off my hand. With the Heroine. And it's very, Juvia's Place don't play. So, I just use whatever's in the top. Like, I don't try to use no whole bunch of, yeah. Okay, this is still gold, but I think it's more like yellow gold. I don't know, like versus the other one is more like gold. Like you're gonna see me coming from a mile away, which is why I wear it almost every day. But yeah. Now, I don't know about y'all, but when I put on loose highlighter, I like to punch it in some so it's not so much on top of the skin. We're going to use the shade Cocoa, which this is technically an eyeliner, but I love, y'all know I love brown lip liner, so I tend to use it on my lips a lot. It's my favorite shade that they make. Juvia's Place. I'm not sure what kind of lip this is, and I can't read it. I'm not sure if it's like the velvet, the matte, whatever. But it's in the shade 2020, hashtag 2020. And it's in this packaging. I love this packaging. It's so girly and feminine. I love it. And it's supposed to be like... Anyway, how do you guys like this full face of Juvia's Place makeup? These are my sexy faces. Wow. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know down below what you want to see. Let us know, meaning me, because it's only me who runs this channel. Let me know. Let your girl know down below what you want to see in the future. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you go out and support a Black-owned business this February in our Lord of 2022. Okay? And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Namaste. Peace and love. Hair grease. Power to the people. Go with God.
Find someone like you. Yeah. I've been waiting my whole life to find someone like you. Find someone like